Well, to take a leaf from what Senyo said, the first thing is behavioral about what we want to eat. I mean, even if you take all our local rice and give to free SHS or school feeding, whether they would like to use that is another thing.
Have you ever made a choice as a student as to
No.
eat at a place?
No.
That is why you have the capacity as government to drive and manage that demand problem.
Okay. So that the first one is the behavioral. And you see, there had been some times, and you mentioned, when we had the LI 2432 about import or export of grains in this country. That is still in place. However, having placed a ban on the export, we are importing. And we import a lot as compared to previously. So my understanding is that there is discussion ongoing for a bit of relaxation of the LI 2432 so as to allow our people to start to export some of the grains they produce. The other thing is that, as Senyo mentioned, the effect of having the stronger cedi is also making it that people shift to import more because it becomes more of an incentive to import. And that has been one of the things that the Bank of Ghana is working on. And to that extent, for long term, World Food Program, I understand, is talking to the Ministry of Agric, is talking to World Food Program to see if we can have the sort of mills that produce the perfumed ones, so that
we have them, Funye.
Yes.
We have them. The World Food Program matters. Has it got anything to do with this?
Senyo,
per mill, I have a 3,000-ton silo.
Senyo, let me count that.
The thing is sitting there, you run your machine twice in a year.
Senyo, I'll come to that.
2 months in a year, and we are talking about capital. That's not the problem.
Right. Senyo, you agree with me that this has been a systemic structural thing for a long time.
I agree, but you are in government.
Yes, that is why we are going with
the next person by you, I'm waiting for him.
Just finish. Let's finish it.
Senyo, that's why we are going for all the conversations to see that we are able to solve this for long term, so that we don't have a piecemeal situation. Yes, Vera mentioned the idea about the use of buffer stock for free SHS, etc. Currently, what they are doing is that they are looking for patient funding. Those who want to go in and buy the rice from the farmers, mindful of the fact that we don't have money now to pay. And as well, you would have been aware that the president has directed that they release 100 million Ghana cedis, much as that is small, so as to purchase some of these from the farmers. So there is talk ongoing, but the bigger thing is the bottom line, the systemic and the structural thing that has pervaded for a long time. That is what we need to address. And that is what the Ministry of Food and Buffer Stock are working on, to get that solved. If we are able to have proper storage facilities, we are able to work on. Senyo, please.
I'm holding him.
Okay. Yes. And another thing is the import discipline, which you sort of talk about. We need to work on our importation of rice. And if we're able to put all this into proper perspective, Senyo, we'll be able to reduce rice importation and feed ourselves using our local rice. That is what is ongoing at the moment.
You sound like my JSS teacher, a great teacher. He said these things to us.
Because something. I grew up farming. Yeah. I grew up farming, so I understand some of the things that are ongoing. And again, you see, much as we spend so much to farm, we don't get so much when we sell. And it's because you're even walking now, you see shops, American rice, Chinese rice, and people want to troop to that instead of the local one. The first one is the behavioral. Yes, I agree with you.
I'll tell you something right now. Look at the price of what we call the wache rice, the imported one. It's around 290.
It's cheap.
I'm telling you, the cost of your production, without any margin, without even transportation, distribution cost, nothing, is around
460 plus.
Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
How can you match that one? So the consumers are rational. Even when you say it tastes better, and they get to agree that it tastes better, and the one produced here is what, over 50%
more expensive.
Why should the person go and buy that one?
So is the cheapness that has driven the taste?
Yes,
that drives the taste.
Not necessarily.
I because if I can buy that for like 200, as he says, instead of going to buy for 460,
not necessarily.
I will continue to buy the less expensive one, and I'll get used to that one.
It's only the bougie people who are looking for basmati, which is a tasteless rice. You are disgraced chasing basmati. I'm telling you, the average Joe who you are looking at, the guy is seeing a price of 219 cedis for a 50 kg wache level rice. That's what he would live with. How much is our own?